Everyone, Doordash and Womble here. Hope everyone had a great Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday. Woof. Didn't realise it was that time in the morning. Alright, well, hopefully you all did well and made lots of money yesterday. And hopefully it wasn't too hot wherever you're located. Actually cooled down there pretty well yesterday, and now it's 62 degrees now, according to the Weather Channel. But it's also 3 o'clock in the morning. On the dot, apparently. I didn't realise it was that time. Don't know why. Anyway, didn't get started until late again. I tried to start between 4 and 6. Maybe get a meal before we start, or if there's a lull period. If there's a lull period, then we'll go get a meal. But if there's something going on, we'll go do the work and have a meal in the lull period, or until we're bloody hungry. But so we went and ate before we started work last night. But went to Jason's Deli. Always good. If you got a Jason's Deli in your neighbourhood, they do some pretty good deals actually. And the food's pretty bloody good. Actually, I got the salad bar for the last couple of times I've got that. But anyway, didn't get started till about 6:30, and was out in the Jaguar, which was very good all night long, until I decided, well, okay, I said to my wife, there was nothing happening in normal delivery zone of Lee's Summit. Not a lot happening. So I said, should you want to go home or go on to see what it's like in Blue Springs? It showed on the map that it was red, so we opted to go there. But anyway, earlier on in the evening, job came in after when we got started after eating. Job came in for the Mint and the sushi place there, and little family-owned place. If you've not heard me talk about it before, it's very, very good in there. People were absolutely lovely in there. The family there, that is. And it's not very expensive. I'm not into sushi. Rather like my food cooked. I don't want it winking at me before I bite into it. But so I get the hibachi grill when we go in there, and it's actually pretty darn good value, to be fair. It's on that you get the one I get is the hibachi vegetable, and as it says, it's all veggies, and fried rice with that. But you also get onion soup as well. And the onion soup is absolutely lovely. Anyway, not very expensive at all. And definitely worthwhile going. And, there's not enough restaurants around that do veggies. So it's always good to find a place like that. I don't know about you, but I grew up eating veggies as a kid. I love flipping vegetables. Well, depending on what it is, of course, but I do like a lot of veggies. And there's one thing I do miss in this country, that when you go to a restaurant, it seems that potatoes is a veggie. I love potatoes, so I'm fine with that. Like mashed potatoes a lot, but they don't seem to do a lot of veggies. You've got all these farmers markets around, and you go to the likes of Cracker Barrel, etc., and you get some carrots or something there. It's like they boiled all the flipping taste out of it. It's I don't know. It's crazy. Anyway, not talking about food. So yeah, went off to the Mint, done a pickup from there. It seemed like it took a little while to do, and there wasn't a lot of it, and they weren't overly busy either. So, as regards people in the restaurant, what they were cooking up for takeaway orders, I'm not sure, delivery orders, I'm not sure. But anyway, that one went, I think it was like 8 miles away, and it paid $14. And I hadn't been to this this particular part of Blue. It went to Blue Springs on the outer edge of Blue Springs, and I hadn't been into that place before. And I got in there and turned in and went, oh crap, it's an estate. How comes I didn't see that? I was sure it was a flipping house. Normally I like zoom in on it. It was a Doordash order, and I'll zoom in on it and went, if I see that as a flat or apartment, whatever you want to call it, yeah, no. My legs, I just can't do it anymore. It's too much. And so anyway, so I try to avoid those as much as I can, unless I know it's like a inside flipping place and it's got a lift or an elevator, whatever you want to call it. And I mean, there's several of those in and around the Lee Summit area. So some of those I'll do, but if they're like outside ones that are, you know, run down, to put it politely, I won't go to them. You know, and that means like if the old wooden stairs are about to flipping fall apart under your feet, or if it's in the middle of the night and they don't have any lighting on some of them. I mean, there's several of them like that. I mean, I know I've got my torch with me, but you've got to make sure that you got to look out for yourself. And like I said, I don't really want to be walking up and down these steps anyway, and I certainly don't want to put myself in a potential flipping load of crap for delivering, I don't know, a McShite or something. Anyway, so delivered that. It was a leave at the door on that one, and as I went, it was a bit of an odd setup on that. It was a duplex, I think it was, and we was one side of it, of course, and went round to the side, got the garage in front, and walked off around the side, and the door was inward but to the right, and you had this just little alleyway sort of thing to get to it, and it had this great big welcome sign on there. It was nice. It wasn't a crap hole, basically. Anyway, so I put the food on the doorstep and was taking the picture, and as I was taking the picture and clicked the camera, the lady looked out and went, and she was all fine and friendly and such. I didn't get a whole face, but yeah, I got the picture, and she was partially in it. But yeah, so anyway, went back to the area, and there wasn't a lot going on that was worthwhile doing, that was profitable. There was an awful lot of absolute shite, both with Uber Eats and flipping Doordash. So much shite come through flipping Uber Eats nowadays. What in the heck is happening to Uber Eats? I thought they were better than that. Anyhow, I think I got one or two of the stupid offers from Doordash, which I'll put up here somewhere. But no, what did we do after that? I can't remember what I bloody did after that. There wasn't an awful lot that we did. I know I'd done a Burger King later on at night, and that was an interesting one. But we did stop and stop for a little while. I put everything on pause because I wanted to sit and watch I saw that Dashing Across America was going to be on, and doing a live show. So I put everything on pause. I can't for the life of me think what that other job is, but I'll put it all up here anyway from all of what I did. And but yeah, we was on the listen to Dashing Across America. A lot of fun on that, and I did get on to be on the live show as well. And oh yeah, and while I was on there, Carrie, so sorry to hear about your vehicle. Glad you got out of it. Got out with unscathed, I suppose. Didn't sound like you had any injuries at all, so that was real good. But and good to know that at least you've got a rental car and you'll be back on the road for a little while. So that's good news. Not sure if your other vehicles, if your vehicle's repairable or what, but hopefully if not, you'll have something new soon, and hopefully whoever hit you, presume that's what had happened. But anyway, I can't be sure, but good to know that you actually got out of it unscathed, from what I hear in the chat at least. So that's good news. So maybe one day we'll actually meet while I'm out there. Tomorrow I'm trying to, or today rather, I'm trying to get out here a bit earlier, and my wife has suggested that I take the truck. Not sure how I feel about it. But I'll give it a go. I suppose I'll give it a go. Anyway, yeah, watching Dashing Across America was real fun tonight, or last night. A lot of laughs on that. And yeah, that was good. It was good. We was talking about video editing and how much time it actually takes to do these things. It does take a while. It can take a while. If it's a longer video, like me going all the time, it would, I don't necessarily cut a lot out of my videos. That's why they're normally so bloody long. And that's why the wee Womble over the back there is keeled over sometimes, but evidently he's up and awake. The wife must have given him some coffee or something, don't know. But anyway, so yeah, we had fun on that, and my wife got to be on there, and she was there sporting the Kansas City Chiefs shirt on. She's an avid supporter of them. Me, I have no care. I honestly don't. I really don't care. But she absolutely loves it. So she really enjoys all of that. But we're going to be out today rather, and yeah, maybe we'll be in the truck, and it'll because I ran this all evening, had no problems at all until first of all when we headed towards Blue Springs, and then it was fine after that, and then we was like leaving there and coming home, and it started giving grief again. A couple of times it went off in its silly flipping spot. I don't know what flipping happened now. But I did go test drive another vehicle last night, and it's one that I've been watching, looking at. I've looked around quite avidly, looking for another vehicle, and it's the same colour as the one that I got, the one that went wrong, again. And, well, not again with me, but another one. It's just got a couple of bells and whistles on it. It's a one-owner vehicle, and it's a couple years newer than that one. It's got a few more miles on it, but it actually runs pretty darn good. I quite happy with it, to be fair. But the garage that I went to, I've had some dealings with them over the past, and they've been there a long time, so I think they're a pretty trustworthy garage. Plus, even if it is a used vehicle, they give a warranty on it. I know it's more money, but if the warranty is 90 days or 4,500 miles, I'll probably do the 4,500 miles before I do the 90 days, that's for sure. But at least there's something there to fall back on, if any problems. But the vehicle looks absolutely smart. Looks well looked after. The driver's seat is a bit rough, but I think but that's the same with that one over there, the other one. It's just but there's a place in Lee Summit that may be able to help with refurbishing that. Although I can always get another cover for it. It's not like I've never taken the car seat out and recovered it before. Been a while, but it certainly come back. Plus, it's a bloody electric seat, so it might be a bit heavy. It probably will be a lot heavier. But yeah, I mean, I'd be able to do that, or just stick a couple of seat covers over the bloody thing. But no, I've been somewhat reluctant to go get another van. And I'm still somewhat reluctant, but they are so damn versatile. I mean, so versatile. You can have all different sorts of formats of how to have the seating. If you fold them all flat into the floor, and you could go use it for, I don't know, whatever. I mean, you've got to put lots of stuff in the back, and then you can lift the seats back out again and go do Uber driving or something. And that's one thing I want. Another thing that I wanted to do was actually do airports. I'd said to someone before, not too long ago, before when I got that one, was that I wanted to do airport shuttle. I suppose I could just drive some of our group members, etc., up to the airport up at KCI. Not that I've been to the new one yet, but anyway, go up there, drop people off. Don't fancy picking anyone up though. That seems a bit of a faff up there. But when I was back home, I spent a lot of time at the airport, or airports. We have several of them, and just in the London area, and one airport begins to look like one another. Another rather. It's very similar. Suddenly you're in there and you go, well, which bloody airport am I at now? Stand there holding the Vipping nameplate, looking for someone. Like, which airport am I at? And with London Airport or Heathrow Airport, there's 4 terminals, maybe number 5 now. Very, very big airport. One of the most the busiest airport in not only London or England, certainly in Europe. I don't know if it's like the busiest airport in the world though. I'd have to double check on that. Definitely a big airport though. But so I'm not unfamiliar with going to the airport a lot. It's just different ones where they're located and what load of crap that you have to deal with to get there. You go to the one in London Airport, it was always pretty good to go there, no problems at all. And then we started getting a little bit more activity with the terrorist people, the nutcases or whatever. And then I went up there one day, and I was waiting for someone to come out the door, and this cop turned around and he's got his bloody great assault rifle, and I went, I've paid my tax, mate. You don't have to point that thing at me. It's one good thing about the Vipping cops in England. You can have a laugh with them. You can here too, most of the time. Anyway, so yeah, talking about cops. Oh, good grief! Tonight we're what was it? We were at IHOP. We had to go to IHOP later. My wife had taken a IHOP offer, and I just run into Quick Trip. Anyway, she took that. It wasn't going very far at all. I mean, it was like $6.50 going, I think 2 miles, something like that. It really wasn't far at all. It was like flipping 11 o'clock at night, if not past that. But anyhow, so I go down 291. You know, if you don't know the area, I'm just talking crap. But it's a major road in Leeds Summit. So anyway, we go down there, and I'll come to the traffic light before where I want to turn, okay. And as I go to turn, there's hardly any cars on the road. So anyway, I go to turn right into the road that I want to go to. And I already spot that there's a cop over there. Not that I'm worried about anything. I ain't done anything wrong. So anyway, I turn right, and then I immediately go to the left lane because I've got to turn into the shopping centre where IHOP is. Anyhow, so I immediately go over to the left, and as I'm moving over to the left, this SUV of some sort is coming out of the road, out of the shopping centre. Bearing in mind, there's hardly anyone on the road, right? And it's a 2-lane either side of this ripping medium down the road. And I don't know if they were drunk or what, but anyway, they came out, and then they went to the wrong side of the medium and proceed to go down this road, which happens to be Chipman Road. So they turn out of this. They're the wrong side of the medium. We're sat there waiting to turn, and I'm like, what is this bloody idiot doing? So they come out, and they go down Chipman Road on the left-hand side, and there's a car coming. And it's like, well, they're both bloody moving together. Why isn't anyone slowing down here? I mean, they weren't going fast, but obviously they've been moving towards one another. And then I'm saying to my wife, I wonder if this cop flipping sees what's going on. Hopefully he can. Anyhow, so this cop comes around the side of us. This SUV's finally flipping made it over to the correct side of the road. And this cop comes alongside of us. I'm still flipping waiting to turn left because I'm like watching this idiot go down the wrong side of the road. So this cop flipping went past us. And I said to my, watch it. I said, here he comes. And you just saw him beaming towards his car, and you heard his engine rev, and off he went. And then as he got closer, on goes the lights and that. So it's like, okay, so you've got the cop come racing up behind you. He hasn't got you on camera for coming out and going the wrong side of the road. But now if you're on the correct side of the road, or this SUV is on the correct side of the road, with his cop flipping, zooming up its backside, and for some reason or other, this SUV decides that, well, okay, I'll go over to the other side then. What are you doing? He came back to the left side of the road. Okay, so now this cop has got you on camera, you wilf. And it's like, and I'm still flipping waiting to turn left. No one here, no one behind us at all. And I'm just watching all what's going on. I don't know if this person was tired, not familiar with the area, or just bloody blind drunk. And the weird thing is just about 3 days before that, someone had done exactly the same thing, although they did have a different plate. I think they had a Vermont plate on their car, and it was broad daylight. So I'm not really sure how they did that. But anyway, I mean, we all do stupid shit at times, and I understand that, but God. Anyhow, went into IHOP, came back out that way because I had to get back to the light to turn. I could have gone the other way, but there's too many flipping bumps going the other side, speed bumps. So I came out and went that way and avoided the speed bumps. And by then there was like 3 cops down there surrounded this flipping SUV, so I don't know what happened. So I went off and delivered the food. But yeah, after that, decided to go to Blue Springs because there's more 24-hour places, and it was a waste of time. Complete waste of time. Watched a few videos while we were there, but said to my wife, I'm giving it till 2 o'clock. And actually I gave it till a bit before then. Said enough's enough. Let's go home. So, I don't know what it's like during the day, but I think that certainly got to get my ass out a little bit earlier. Yesterday I was actually dealing with, I've still got my old Dodge Grand Caravan, which, if you've watched the channel before, my videos before, that was my first Doordashing vehicle, and I had that one for a long time, 4.5 years, something like that. I mean, I still got it, but it was on the road for that time. And I put in a new, not a new one, but we put in a new transmission in it, or a new gearbox rather. Not me personally, but I was working at a Dodge dealership, and they got a hold of another gearbox out of some wrecked car, I suppose, and then got that in there. It still cost quite a bit to get done, but it was a lot cheaper than getting it elsewhere. There's new stuff on that vehicle, and so I know how much money I got into it. I understand that it's not worth anything because it's dead, basically, until it gets another engine. And Chrysler, Dodge, whoever, made an absolute flipping, it's not a very good engine. It seems to have a few problems. But then there's lots of people who have these vehicles that have had them for years and don't have a bloody problem at all. I've had 2. Just Doordashing kills them. But we did a lot of miles on that one. Did an awful lot of miles on that Dodge Grand Caravan, and didn't pay a lot of money for it. But it ran well until it didn't. But anyway, so I've been looking into getting rid of that, and it was with those we buy any car type places. You know, they'll buy a junk car, etc., a car that's not running, but they'll buy any car. But I mean, but vehicles that are not running is one thing that they do. There's another one called Car Brain. There's another called Wheelsy, Pedal. There's several of them. Cash for Cars or something like that. And then I did the pick and pull one. And I've been working with both of the vehicles, what they give for both, the Dodge Grand Caravan and the Chrysler Town and Country. But one of these flipping places, they called me yesterday, and I had such a problem sleeping yesterday, the night before, that it was taking a long time to get to sleep. a heck of a lot of time. And I'm dealing with these people, and I've texted, they've asked me, even though I've already done this through their bloody app, except for the pictures. I don't think I did the pictures, but I gave them everything else. They said, you know, is the door glass broke? Any of the glass broken? Is everything attached, all the wheels and all that stuff? They ask all of that. What's wrong with it? It don't start. Engine's buggered. So they asked all of that in there. Yeah. Okay. Any major damage? No. Yes, there is. There's a dent in the rear door. It's not major. I'm sure someone will be able to pull it out, but I'll report it to you anyway. Anyway, so then they're proceeding to call me. And I couldn't talk to them really because my throat was giving me a bit of issue. So anyway, so they text me and they asked me for pictures of the vehicle. Okay, I'll do that. Then they asked me questions that I've already answered in the app. And then someone got my I did speak to someone on the phone and he got my name wrong. Kept calling me Ryan, not Ray. And and he wrote to me several times, and I said, my name is Ray, not Rye. I'm not a fucking piece of bread. And I've wrote this to him several times, and I was getting right peeved off with it. Didn't help that I didn't have any sleep, and that they were asking me questions after questions. And they put me a price of, I think it was like $300 of that one. I can't remember. There's several of them I went for. And I said, no. And that was right. That was on the phone. And he said, oh, yeah, we can do an offer of $300, I think is what it was. And I went, no. No, mate, I'm not bloody taking $300. You're off your flipping head. There's not a chance in hell that you're getting that vehicle for that. I'd rather keep the bloody thing. Give it to the chickens next door. Because I can pull the catalytic converter off of it if I can, or get the chickens next door to go under there and cut the damn thing off and go and sell that. It's just, you cannot sell that to a company to do that. And they'll all flipping say, oh, we'll give you free towing. I don't give a fuck what you free towing. Damn, I'll get bloody AAA or whatever bloody deliver the damn thing to you. I don't care about the free towing. If you're saying that you're going to come out here and pick it up, it's your own bloody tow vehicle that's coming out to pick it up. So don't give me all that bullshit. Anyway, so it's like, you can't flipping be serious that you were going to give me 300 notes for that car, because there's lots of new parts on it that I'd put on there, and I could just sell the bloody thing for parts as it is there and there where it sits and make more money than bloody 300 notes. So he says, well, how much would it take to be? I said, I'd done this exact same process when I was getting the other one, or when I got the other one, just 6 months ago. And it came up as that you pay $700. And he says, well, if I could get that for you, would you take it? Probably. More than likely. So he went off to go talk to his manager or something. And then, I don't know. He came back and said that if I could do, if he could get his manager to do that, would I take it? And I went, well, yeah. So he said, well, we've got to send someone out to inspect it. Anyhow, I didn't hear any more after that. So you've got to stick to your guns. If you've got a vehicle like that, whatever vehicle that you got, you know that you've got money in, what monies you got into it. You know what new parts that you've put on that vehicle. You know damn well how much those flipping new parts cost you. And if you went to a flipping breakers yard or scrap yard or whatever to go pick them up, pull them off, you know it's going to cost you a heck of a lot of money. If you've got room to put that vehicle and you don't care about flipping selling it, if there's room on your property to flipping keep it there, then keep it around the side of your house. Take pictures of it. Take pictures of it and put it on Facebook Marketplace or Craigslist or whatever and say that you're selling the whole van. Because there's bound to be someone else, or van or whatever vehicle, there's bound to be someone else that wants to buy that vehicle as a whole. Or you can either sell the parts, sell it for parts if you like, but stick to your guns. Definitely stick to your guns. I mean, if it's an old piece of thing that's rusting out all over the place, then take whatever they're going to give you, unless there's bits on it that you know that are worth more. Not in their hands. Take all what you want of it and then get the flipping junkyard to come out and pick up what's left. Anyway, but always stick to your guns. Don't rely on him. If they come back, I had one that said that they would give me $260. He didn't want to listen to that conversation, I can tell you that. That one did not go very smoothly after that. Anyway, but yeah, Doordashing. I think Doordashing on the weekend, especially after the holiday as well, I think people have spunked their money flipping over the holidays. They've either got flipping loads of leftovers at home from these barbecues or whatever else that they've had. Either way, the week after, a few days after the holiday, doesn't seem to be good. Evening time, I can't say what it's like during the day. And bearing in mind, I only do Doordash, Uber Eats, and Grubhub. Not that they're pretty non-existent. Uber Eats have just been pushing out a whole load of old shite. But I don't do. I should be able to do Spark, Walmart Spark, but I haven't been on that platform to actually do any work. I've been on there and looked around, etc. There's other apps that I've got Amazon Flex, etc. Haven't done anything with that. But if I can get this other van, then I'm sure they're going to do it now. The weather's getting cooler. It's a little bit flipping easier for the little flipping chubby bloke to flipping get out and about and do more, because the heat flipping does not do any of us any good, as we all know. And if you're a tubby little person like me, I really don't like it. And with coming out of the hospital not too long ago, I've got this bloody cough too, but anyway, coming out of the hospital not too long ago, it's still taking a little while to get used to things and get around a little bit better. But anyway, but yeah, I'll be doing some more stuff. Also, as I said to Chuck earlier on Dashing Across America, I do intend to put a, not sure if it'll be an actual GoPro, but I'll be doing video and deliveries, etc. So hopefully I can get all that. Once I get settled in what I'm actually going to be in, then I will start doing all of that. And as regards just bits and pieces, pictures and such. I know a lot of people like the going to the restaurants and doing the drop-offs, etc. Anyway, that's enough from me. Thank you, and thanks for watching. I mean, and hopefully all do well on Thursday or today, and hopefully you'll earn quite a few dollars, and hopefully I'll be with you. Well, I won't be with you, but I'll be back on soon, and hopefully that'll be, well, my videos normally come the day after I've actually done the work, so, and it does take a little while to do the editing. Anyway, thanks for watching, and have fun. Cheers. Ta-da.